right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to all Akim, my dear pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners, all right? I'm the brother Shamar Amav from Great Millstone, Miami, also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida. Coming to you, Akim wa Akwath, with another quick lesson. And Lord's will this lesson be quick, edifying, and straight to the point, okay? And also serves as a comfort, all right? This lesson is going to be about Isaiah 46 and 10. I brought this out yesterday during our live sit down. And, it was on my spirit to go over it again, as a means of an exhortation, because the Lord, this morning I woke up and I was just thinking about all the things that are actually happening, okay? Watching the Broward brothers camp yesterday, going through some chats, watching what's the survival, what's that dude name again? Forget his name, Survival Prep or whatever his name is, I forget. And Elder Yashwamba videos and stuff like that. And and this precept came to mind again, okay, because we can clearly see that the Heavenly Father Yahweh, all right, through His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, all right, via the mouth of the prophets, the Lord is making do on the things that He said He would do, man. Therefore, all right, His counsel standing. I'll read Isaiah 46 and 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. The Lord is making His counsel stand, brothers and you sisters. The Lord is doing all His pleasures, okay? And He declared all these things, all right, from the beginning, okay? From the beginning, the Lord had His prophets out there in the cool of the day before this great and perilous time that we're in, because we are in a great time, all right? The things that we're starting to see take place on the earth, we've never seen this level of tension before in our eyes, and it's going to get even more worse, all right? It's going to get worse, okay? But nonetheless, the prophets had prophesied these things, man. The Lord had used His men, okay, to call these things out, to, because when we go into what a prophet is to say before, all right, and they said these things would take place before they did, and now we're seeing it come to play, man. Let me get this real quick. I had also quoted that, but I didn't bring it out. In the book of Habakkuk. Okay, chapter 2. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3, just get straight to the point. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. And what's the vision? Okay, what's the vision, man? What vision is yet for appointed time? All right. I don't know why I copied vision, but all right, let's look up what the word vision means. Matter of fact, let's see what it says in the different translations. For the vision, for the revelation awaits. The vision, the message. Okay. All right, so it just sticks to the vision. All right, so let's do this, man. Vision. It says what? Vision in ecstatic state in night, oracle, prophecy, divine communication. Let's go down to the lexicon. Let's see when this divination, a vision. All right. It says was spoken of a divine vision or dream, Isaiah 29 and 7. Especially a vision from God representing future events, prophetic vision, Lamentation 2 and 9, Micah 3 and 6, Psalms 89:20, Daniel 1:17, 8:1, 9:24, 24. Hence, generally a divine revelation. 1 Samuel 3:1, 1 Chronicles 17-15, Proverbs 29-18, an oracle. All right, often collectively. All right, it says Acts 12:5, Acts 16:9, Isaiah 1:1, Obadiah 1, Nahum 1:1. All right, so those are just some of the points that it brings. All right, but nonetheless, it says what? A vision or prophecy. Okay. We're reading Habakkuk, right? Let's see if we see Habakkuk in here. All right, so it's point 3. A divine communication. So, all right, so when we reading this, what word we need to put there for vision is what? Bulletin 3, it says divine communication in a vision, oracle, or prophecy. Seek a vision, prophecy from the prophets, and then it goes on and it tells you a prophecy of their own hearts, minds. They speak, and it tells you, all right, false vision. It goes into that, and then it says what? Write the vision, Habakkuk 2. Okay, so that's what that vision is, man. That vision is a prophecy, an oracle. Okay. So that oracle, that prophecy is yet for an appointed time. The Lord said it to be accomplished at a certain time. All right, and at the end it's gonna speak and not lie, meaning it's gonna come to life. There's gonna be no denying it. All right, though it tarry, wait for it. It will, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Though it may seem like that vision is so far off and nothing's happening, it's gonna happen. Okay, and we've seen this, man, starting with Apostle Tahar and the other apostles and elders and certain brothers that's been here in this thing for a while. All right, we've called these things out through the Spirit, and we've patiently waited. Okay, and now we're able to see the Heavenly Father make do on His words. All right, so I went to ChatGPT and I typed in what are some things that are taking place in today's time that fit Isaiah 46:10, declaring the infinite beginning, and from ancient times, things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right. Chat replied by saying that verse, Isaiah 46:10, is less of a single event prophecy. So Chat was acknowledging that this precept covers a blanket of other prophecies, of prophecies in general. All right, that were spoken of. Okay, this is not just something you bring out for one particular prophecy. That's why you see a lot of brothers, I myself included, no matter what prophecy we bring out that we see going on, the tensions in the Middle East. All right, let's just say famine, earthquake in a diverse place, uproars of the people. All right, certain laws and decrees and things getting put into place that we could see, using the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, using that discernment, that all right, this prophecy could manifest and be fulfilled through this, whatever they got going on. So we'll bring these things out, all right, because why? Through the Spirit, we know, man. We know that the Lord spoke of a lot of things that would happen and take place, all right, in the end days, and we're starting to see all of them come true, man, all right? So it says that the verse Isaiah 46:10 is less of a single event prophecy and more of a big claim about God's authority over history, whatever. It says that what He declared long ago is still unfolding now, and nothing ultimately overrides His plan, which is 100% true. Okay, it says so instead of this and give me headlines, because you know how this chat, how ChatGPT is, man. Unless you give that shit specifics, it's not gonna go get it. And then when you get specific, it'll tell you, oh yeah, I've been through that, but I was being light with you and shit like that. So instead of this motherfucker giving headlines, which we could go through headlines ourselves, man. Okay, it went through the patterns that we see today. All right. And it said, bulletin one was global instability and birth pains. Chat actually included the birth pains. All right. And then he went to what? Matthew 24. Right. Let's go to Matthew 24 real quick. Okay. Let's see some of the things that the Lord declared from the beginning, declared the end from the beginning that would be taking place. Okay, chat said what? In Matthew 24, it said JC, but we know his name to be Yahushai. All right, Hamashiach, the anointed, right? Yahushai, Mashiach talks about wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes, and turmoil increasing. Today, you see ongoing wars and rising global tension. This is what ChatGPT put out. All right. Political division across nations. Natural disasters getting more intense and more reported. All right. And this is that part right there I want to talk on real quick. All right. Because why? I remember during camp, we were discussing how a lot of our people speak on how the vision is yet far off, right? And a lot of our people will sit there. One of their talking points to try to discredit what we're seeing and reading in the scriptures to be taking place in current times. Some of their points and sayings are what? That, there's always been earthquakes in the earth. All right? There's always been tsunamis and wildfires. Well, what we usually tell them is what? Yeah, that's true. But as of right now, we're seeing it at an unprecedented rate. Since the pandemic, there's been a selection of words that's been being used by the media, by these these upper echelon type of individuals, man. And it's been what? Biblically unprecedented, one in a lifetime occurrence or events. All right. And those type of headlines have been being reported on and put out into the masses more and more as compared to back in the days where an event really happened once in 100 years. You telling me every 5 fucking days or every 5 months there's another event that's damn near something that only occurs every 100 years and it's happened 4 or 5 times? And then where these disasters are happening, you don't see that there's something going on. Speaking to our people, come on now. Okay. Wildfire in grazing land. That shit gonna affect the what's that shit called? The protein that you pay for, man. The beef and shit. Them niggas can't eat. Them cows can't eat. Some of those cows gonna start dying off because I seen some other shit where they was talking about flies that used to lay eggs in cattle wombs that used to cause a lot of cattle to die, and scientists came up with radiation to sterilize the male flies so that way when they go do their thing with the female flies and try to embed the larvae or the eggs into the cut wombs of the cattle, it'll be a sterile egg and it'll be dead so that way the larvae won't dig through the cattle and shit like that. And it was saying how that it helped, U.S. cattle, right? U.S. livestock, I should say. But now there's a concern that those flies are back. What are the odds, right? What are the goddamn odds that video popped up when there's 800 plus acres of cattle grazing land being burned? They trying to tell you niggas, y'all niggas ain't gonna have no food. And we been telling y'all through the spirit that the Lord had called the famine. This was something that the Lord called from way back in the days, man. And the famine is being manufactured in your face. And our people still refuse to take heed to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Okay? So, going back to chat, it says, many see this as history moving in the direction God already declared. showing he knew the end from the beginning. And that's what's happening today. So let's read this real quick. Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, the disciples who asked Yahushua when would be the time, the signs of the time of his coming and the end of the world, right? Yahushua said what? Take no heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? Because why? What is going to really signify the end? Okay? That MOTB. Because the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which we believe is the RFID microchip, and it is. I'm not going to just say it like, oh, they just believe it. Maybe they don't think it. No, we know for a fact, all right, through the spirit of power, Abba Shai, that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, man, because that is the only technology that fits the description that they're going to embed into the skin, all right, and that they're going to be able to do what? Write data onto that chip, okay? They talking about 6G. I mentioned it yesterday. I'm going to mention it again. They talk about 6G, the technology that could be able to see through your skin, okay? And before somebody be like, oh, no, that technology can't see through your skin. It can. All right. They have those 6G operates off of a certain frequency, man. I forget what the frequency is called. Call him like 414, 144. All right. What frequency? Let's put hertz. What hertz and frequency? There you go. And frequency. Salaki brothers, I'm trying to frequency, there it is. What hertz and frequency does 6G use or operate off of? Sub 6G. All right, 6G operates on a. Let's just read it. It says 6G technology is expected to utilize a wide spectrum ranging from sub-6 GHZs, similar to 5G, up to sub-terahertz, which is sub-THz range, specifically 90 GHZs to 300 GHZs and beyond, up to 3 THZs. Now, when you go to what a sub terahertz is, let's look up what a sub terahertz is. All right. That's why it's important to look up, what you go into. All right, a sub THz, which is a sub terahertz, refers to electromagnetic spectrum frequency range. All right. Now I'm going to use this because they've been saying that that the 6G is something. Trump said it, that he don't know what 6G is. Maybe they'll be using it to look under your skin. That's what he said in a press conference, and people joked about it, right? But no, 6G is really going to be the technology that they use, all right, to fully, or to be another step into fully integrating that man and machine, all right, for those that take the chip, man. Okay, can sub terahertz see under skin? That's what I'm gonna put. Yes, sub terahertz, sub THz radiation can see just under the skin, typically penetrating a depth of 0.1 to 0.3 millimeters. All right, due to its high sensitivity to water content, This technology is actively being developed to conduct skin cancer monitoring, hydration, and access skin conditions like paralysis. Which of course they're gonna butter it up, but no, that's a technology that 6G is using. All right, and that's the technology that they're gonna use to be able to you know what? I'm gonna do one more. Hold on. Hold on, real quick, brothers. All right. So I looked it up. I couldn't find what I was looking for, but nonetheless, we'll go back to this, man. All right. So Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. Verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, man. Okay. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, and that's what we're seeing take place to the earth, on earth right now. Okay, another point that this AI came to play was what? Technology enabling global control and awareness. It says what? In Revelation 13, there's a system where buying and selling is controlled and the whole earth is connected under one authority. And what's that? That's the chip, which we was just talking about. Okay, Revelation 13 and was that 9? Okay, well, no, Salaki 16. Okay, but going back to chat, it says modern parallels people point to digital currency, CBDCs, which that's a thing, the biometric ID system, surveillance tech, AI, and data tracking. Okay, all these things are happening as we see today, building the infrastructure for this prophecy right here that we waiting for, man. Okay? Revelation 13 and verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 300. And his number is 603 score and 6. Okay. All right, and that's what the RFID microchip. And if you take that chip, Revelation 14 and 9 tells us what. And the third angel followed, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast or his image and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's what's going to happen, man. Okay, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, a period of time, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, man. So the Lord has a great judgment. But guess what? That's one of the things that the Lord declared the end from the beginning that we see being developed in these days, man. All right. It goes on. It talks about the love of many waxing cold. All right. It goes on. It talks about the unity that's going to eventually break. But yeah, that was the point, man. It's just something that I thought of. All right. Oh wait, I'll get this before I close out, because it went into what point 7 was the global reach of the whole world. All right, because why? In the book of Matthew. All right. Let's go back to Matthew 24. It was just there, right? Matthew 24. Okay. And 14 it says what? Oh, Salakia. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right. And that's one of the points that he said, which is something else that we see that the Lord has declared from the end from the beginning that the prophets would be out, and we are out. All right, prophesying against this wicked place, man. Okay, while we seeing all the other things that the Lord spoke about taking place, the love of many waxing cold, earthquakes in diverse places, uproars of the people, the push for technology or for the technocrats to win. Okay, the tensions in the Middle East. All right, scoffers, men being lovers of their own self. All right, the military. What scriptures tell us that the men of Babylon have forborne to fight. The mighty men of Babylon. We seen all these things take place. The signs in the skies. There was the crows that just was over Israel. That was a sign. Blood moon. All right. Solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, planetary alignments. Okay. The recent uptick of chariot sightings, man. The talks of double F's happening over here in these states, man. All right, if I say the talks of the famine, and even to the point of Isaiah 4:1, man, started seeing a lot of was that a lot of men are dealing with two women households nowadays, man. Okay, women are putting all that bullshit aside to deal with one man, because why? People are starting to see what direction the world is going into, man. So that shows us that what? Eventually that the Isaiah 4:1 is coming, man. Okay? So with that, Lord's word us was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom.